welcome to the newest episode of NISCORT production, We Talk. I'm your host Cheryl, and We Talk is a forum for discussions on the newest and trending topics. Today's topic is youth. It is said that youth is the time when one is young with dreams and aspirations. So before starting the discussion, I would like to introduce the panel. Today we have Ms. Aditi Rai.
Hello, Cheryl.
Mr. Mahindra.
Hello, Cheryl.
And Ms. Anya James.
Hello, Cheryl.
So let's start the discussion by discussing the problems that the youth is facing in today's times, starting with Mr. Mahindra.
Yes, nowadays youth are facing so many problems, for example, depression and self-esteem, identity crisis. And I wanted to speak about only body image anxieties. Because nowadays youth are actively involved in social medias. Social media apps such as maybe Instagram, Snapchat, in which they are sharing their body images continuously to the public.
Aditi?
So I would say the most important problem the youth is facing is pressure. The pressure from the families, the pressure from the workplace, because this is the age they want to get settled in life. And this is the most important and the crucial phase of life where each and everyone is so enthusiastic to work and to get a life which they want to. So from the family they are getting pressure, you have to do this, you have to do that. From work they are getting, even the youth who are in the colleges, if we see, they are getting pressures from the teachers, from the staff and everything, and from the society as well. So I think pressure is one of the most important problems the youth is facing today.
Anya?
One of the things that comes with pressure and body image is expectations that they have from themselves also and others also do. The parents of your friends are like, why are you not like this? Or they are in other relationships. So their girlfriends or boyfriends are like, why are you like this? Others are like this. Why are you not like that? So this expectations also creates the pressure then and the problems of body image, and they are highly influenced by everything around them. The environment we live in, we get everything easily. Like we can get everything easily, but everyone can't afford it or can't have the things that there is in the world. So it makes them depressed, and sometimes it makes them question their self-worth, or they sometimes also expect from their parents to understand.
So as you mentioned about relationships, so let's now discuss about youth and relationships. Does youth today consider relationships important, or do they even consider relationships as a part of their life? Relationship can be with the family, with peers, or maybe relationship with maybe dating somebody. It can involve all of these aspects. Starting with Aditi.
So as Anna said, attachment leads to disappointment. So one should never be attached, because I tell you, detachment is a superpower. And there's a very beautiful line in Bhagavad Gita where Shri Krishna tells to Arjuna, acting with detachment in a right way leads you to greatest power, because then you know what you are doing, and without the pressure of the failure or the success. So I tell you, detachment is one of the most important thing in any relationship, because we are not expecting anything from others, because when we expect, it leads us to disappointment.
But I wanted to speak from the positive point of the youth, because nowadays youth are not attached. As Aditi says, detachment is very important, but I say attachment is very important, because nowadays youth are they're spending their most of the time spending on tabs, maybe using phone, or spending with the chair groups and all other things. Other activities are more given importance than giving a relationship, attachment to the family, maybe relation with the attachment with the father, maybe with the mother, maybe with the sister, maybe with the brother. That is nowadays we are lacking from the youth. What I feel is this.
Anya?
I think the most important thing in a relationship is respect. when it comes to family also, when it comes to love also, or it comes to friends also. Respect is not how I speak to you, it is about you understand the person how he is or how she is. The respect comes like, I understand that you don't have time or you are busy with something, so I give you that space. That things sometimes our parents also and our maybe our partner also doesn't understand. So this understanding is what can make their relationships better.
So talking about the youth and influencers, youth gets influenced by celebrities, their favorite sports stars, and today there are also a lot of influencers on Instagram and YouTube who are influencing a lot of youth. So do you really think that the youth does get influenced very quickly by these people, or is it not really true? Starting with Anya.
Cheryl, I think they do. Actually, it also depends on personal interest. If I talk about a person who is interested in fashion, so somebody on Instagram is showing clothes and jewelries. So the thing is, if I am interested, I will be influenced to buy that or to copy that thing. But if other person who is into technology, who sees that, may not be. So it does depend on someone's interest.
Mr. Mahindra.
Yes, Cheryl, I do agree with Anya. Nowadays, youth are surely influenced by the stars because of their activities and because of their action, maybe their stylish behavior, their stylish actions also, youth are influencing and do practice the same what the stars also performing on the films and so on. And that leads to mold their life also sometimes. Therefore, I surely say they are influencing the youth at present.
Aditi.
So I would say it totally depends on what a person wants to consume. There are major section who are mature and a major section who are immature. So the people who are mature enough to know what is right for them are totally consuming the right things from the social media or the internet. But the major population who are immature are seeing various uncouth images or uncouth behaviors or the major videos or photos, if we say, and are consuming a lot of things which is not very good for them and they are not even aware of it. So it totally depends on what a person wants to consume and is consuming.
So Aditi, as you were talking about the good and bad aspect of the influencers, so a lot of celebrities who are considered as the youth icons today are actually promoting a lot of tobacco brands and a lot of gambling brands on the gambling on social media, the gambling apps and websites, and a lot of liquor brands. So is the youth really getting influenced by these celebrities who are endorsing these things? Starting with Anya.
As I said, it depends what they want. Today's youth they get influenced by things, but some things they know what they want and what they don't want. If they want to do, they will do. If they don't want to do, they won't do. So it is like that, I think.
It depends on them is what you're trying to say. Aditi, your take.
So we see there are many celebrities who are promoting these brands, but there are major population of the celebrities who are providing awareness that we should stop it. On the one side, we see that they are promoting also. On the other side, we'll see they are promoting awareness also. So it totally depends on the youth as they are getting influenced. They are getting influenced by seeing their clothes, the way they talk, the way they behave. So it completely depends on how we take it.
So let's discuss about what the youth back a few years had and what the youth today does not have, or maybe vice versa. Starting with Anya.
I think what the youth today doesn't have is connection and communication. What the communication they have now is this, and we meet people on social media, we date from the people we meet on the internet, and what the youth before us had was face-to-face communication. When we talk through messages, we can't see a person. We can't tell what they are like actually. But when we meet someone personally, we can tell by their personality how they are. Texting doesn't tell who is the person. We can't understand a person like that.
Mr. Mahindra.
Yes, what I feel is earlier youth, they have time to spend with the parents, with the friends and with the colleagues. But at present youth, they don't have time to spend with the colleagues, maybe parents, with others. They are in their own world, maybe using tabs, maybe using online internet activities. First thing. And the second thing is emotions. Earlier youth, they had emotional attachment. Nowadays we are not finding that emotional attachment with anything, we can name it. And the third one, youth of earlier days, they had physical exercise. Maybe if you see in the villages and so on, they used to play youth together. When it is a evening, they come together, they play, they make fun. That enjoyment is different. But nowadays that enjoyment is missing even in rural areas also.
And Aditi?
Earlier days, we used to see that the youth was much more responsible. But today's youth goes on the aspect of my rule, my life. So earlier they were more responsible for the things they do, either it's home, work or anything. But today, if we see the youth, it goes on my rule, my life aspect. Whatever they want to do and whatever they like to do, they often used to do the same things only. So that today's youth is not more mature enough to understand what is right for them and what is wrong for them.
Getting to know your opinions about how the youth can better themselves and how they can have a better future for themselves, and how the youth, that is the upcoming youth, can work towards these things. Aditi?
If we see today, the youth is getting much more opportunities as compared from the youth in the earlier days. If we see about the technologies, the education, the workspace, it is much more enhanced. So they can grab all the opportunities and make them a better youth in today's world. India is a country which has a major youth population, and if a youth is getting a proper nurture and a proper education and what we can say, a proper skills, it can make a huge difference in the world, because youth is the future of the country, we say. No? So youth plays a very vital role in today's era. So if they get a proper skilled education and the what we can say, nurturing, it can make a huge difference.
Mahindra?
Growth and the development of the India, maybe politically, socially, economically, depends on the responsibility that they should have towards country. And also they should feel the responsibility for protecting culture, heritage, maybe tradition, environment will be the prayer responsibility of the youth.
And Anya?
To develop a country or to develop the place we live in, the youth first have to develop themselves. They have to understand what their focus is. If they know their focus, they'll work on that thing little harder. Now what happens, they are influenced by small things. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't think that these people are going like this and these, I should also go. I should know what I have to do, then only I will do that. So it is very important for them to develop themselves and to know that you have first need to know what you want to focus on.
Adding to that, as Socrates says, know thyself. So development of a country depends on youth, as we say. First, youth should know themselves, what their personality is, what their maturity level is, what their status of emotions. Are they able to be balanced? So they must know when they are able to balance their emotional levels, maybe depression, if they are morally balanced, then they can contribute a good values to the society.
Adding to this, I would like to say, not all graduates are educated and not all graduates are skillful. So if they are graduated and skillful, they can make a better and young India.
So I feel this was a very essential discussion in today's times about the youth, and all the points that all of you have brought in are very important. And these points are something that the people should know about today, and especially each and every point that you guys have added to this discussion. So with this, we will be ending the discussion today, and thank you so much each one of you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Cheryl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was it for today's episode. We discussed about the youth, their dreams, their aspirations, how the youth gets influenced, how certain youth is immature and how certain youth is mature, and how they know themselves and how they should know themselves, and how the youth today should mold themselves for the betterment of their own good and for the betterment of the country. So if you have any more suggestions regarding this topic, you can add them in the comment section below. Till then, stay tuned, stay safe.